Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel for this episode 30 here on Bloomfield with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, we have moved into August. You can see there's some rain threatening in the forecast. Now, I haven't looked to see when it's going to show up, but it doesn't really bother us too much because we don't have a lot on the go this month. We need to look after our grass field here at home and our lease fields, and that will give us an opportunity to use the new mower. As you may recall, Ben called us up and offered to buy back that small rear mower we had because he knew we were looking for a larger one, and a new line had just become available, so he let us trade it in for this one. So we'll definitely get on that. And I forgot last month, but we have some pigs we need to sell. Actually, our original 10 pigs here have matured far enough now that they're ready to go to market. So that is the first thing we're going to do, is we're going to load them up and get them sold off. That'll put probably a little more than $10,000 into our home account. Now, we are currently on the farm account, and you will notice it's gone up by $10,000 from where we were last. That's because Sims has paid us for that manure spreading job. Now, originally I had said we were going to get $18,000 for that job, but I thought it was going to take much longer than it did, and so I thought $5,000 a field was far more appropriate. So he paid us $10,000. So if we do that job again, that's the number we'll use. Now, I don't know, this might end up being a little bit shorter episode because I don't want to show all of that grass work because we just did that episode before last, I guess it was. But I am going to jump in the truck here, and we are going to head down and grab our animal trailer, and we'll sell some pigs. And I'll also, while I'm getting organized to do that, I will go back on the Murphy's account so we can see the money for the pigs come in there. So I'll meet you back up here once I've retrieved our animal trailer. So we'll see you in a bit. Well, we're back up here at the home place with our animal trailer. I had to fetch it from the farm. Now we are on our home account now, and you can see our money has gone up. It's been a little while since we've been on here, I think, but it continually edges up every month. I won't say creep now, it edges up because my wife has made good on her promise to do whatever she can to increase the revenue from productions and whatever she can earn from working from home. So that's very nice increase in there now every month, and this is going to help because if we go in here and look, where are we? Right here. Now $1,100 they're worth. So let's select those and let's move them to the trailer because they are ready to be sold. So we can jump in cab, I think, for this. I think we're safe. Spin around here. So we'll take these and get them sold. We don't have very far to go, but because we use our own animal trailer, we don't have to pay a delivery fee. Now, actually, let's stop here and we'll just look at these bales and I'll show you something here. So when we come to sell these bales in the fall, you will notice that, the ones that are currently in white wrap, they're owned by Murphy's Farm. So that's our home account. And this one, or these ones I should say, are Murphy's Farm LLC. So when we sell those this fall, the revenue from these bales will go to the farm account, and these bale revenues will go to the home account. So we'll get a nice kiss on both for those. And we can use it because, like I said, we've got a harvester to add to our leasing program yet. And I imagine that's going to amount to a pretty significant increase. But you guys might as well stick around here for this because it's a pretty short trip to the animal dealer. It's basically at the end of our driveway here. So not too far to go at all. Now I did check at the farm to make sure I didn't miss any pigs there, but no, we still need to wait for pig sales at the farm, but it shouldn't be too much longer. Now of course, by getting rid of these adult pigs, that will help reduce our demand on pig food as well. So it's what you might call a win-win situation. There, that should be close enough. And we'll sell those for $11,000. Man, we'll take that. Look at that. Took us up over 100 grand. That's pretty nice. Well, I think I will leave you there. I'm going to take this animal trailer back and I will grab the tractor and the mower and we'll get after some mowing. So we'll see you in a little bit. Well, we are back at the farm. I had to leave the pickup down below, but I have our mowing set up on here, and both mowers are just over 3 meters. Now there is still an overlap, but we'll be very close to that 6 meter mark that the Batwing has. That's the mower we were using that TFS had. So it is going to be much quicker than it was for sure to mow this grass up. But you know, I did check the weather forecast and it's actually supposed to rain in an hour and then it's going to carry on for the majority of the day. So what I think we'll do is we'll just leave this sit here and we'll jump ahead to tomorrow and maybe we'll have better weather for mowing. So I will catch up with you tomorrow morning and see if it's a go. So see you then. Well, there we go. It is the next day, and indeed the forecast is for not a bad day, either sunny or partly cloudy for the day, so I think we are safe to get this job done. Get them spun up here. Whoops, I was there already, just went a little too fast. That one lowered. So really the only, well, I guess we could go to those rear butterfly mowers, but the biggest upgrade would be to go to mowers that windrow, but I just don't think we have enough grass that we really need to worry about that. I think this setup should do us just fine. The nice thing too about this larger rear mower is it didn't have any, well, I guess that's not true. It had 10 horsepower requirement more than the other one, but still well within the capabilities of our tractor. Now, Sims did ask if he's thinking about putting out a contract to have his manure and slurry spread on a regular basis, if we'd be interested in that. Kind of like a standing contract, I guess. And for the manure part, actually, yeah, that would work out pretty well, but I think we'd have to look at upgrading our slurry tank if we were going to spread any amount of slurry, which is again a bit unfortunate because we just got that slurry tank. If we had known, maybe we could have got a larger one at that time. but it's all still just pie in the sky, so to speak. He hasn't decided. I think he wants to kind of see how what his fertilizer savings are, and then he'll decide from there. Now I should be lifting these mowers on the turns, but said it's the only downfall to this setup is it's kind of a nuisance to do that, so I'm being a bit lazy, I will admit. Oops, I got a little bit off track there. Have to clean that up. I have to admit, this is going pretty fast. Now our lease fields, we can just a reminder that we can just turn that all to silage, and we only need to deliver 25% of the silage bales because we delivered all the hay last time. And we will keep track of how many bales we get and make a comparison how much better we did prepping the fields for precision farming versus what we got last time. There we go. Cleaned up that little mess. I really shouldn't be so lazy and be lifting these up, but I am. I've got a window of opportunity here to record in real life, but it's not a large window, so I'm just trying to make the most of it. So hopefully you can overlook it. There, this piece is done. Now this might end up being a little bit shorter episode. Like I was saying, I'm not going to show everything, but we're definitely going to come back in when the baling's done and look at the bale count. That should be a pretty nice little payday for us when the price goes up in the winter. Oh, I see I'm still on the home account. I should actually jump over to the farm account. Now we will need to make another payment to Ben. That will happen probably, well no, we should have some pig sales potentially to help cover off some of that cost actually. But we won't have any crop sales or any pig food sales or anything like that before we need to make that payment. But for the one in December, when that one comes due, which will be a larger one because it'll have a harvester on it, we should have sold some pig food by then. Shouldn't be an issue at all, I don't think, because we should have more pig food available to us than we did last time. I guess I should finish that thought. So we should have more to sell. So we'll probably kind of do a balance between selling pig food and keeping enough so we can maintain more pigs. All right, that did go really quick. That works well. I'm pleased with that. that mower that you can hear spinning down, there's actually the new mower. It has a pretty good sound effect. All right, let's head to our lease field, which is not very far away, very conveniently, and we'll get that one done. Now I just need to, once I mow it, windrow it, and then we can bale it. That's the beauty of this. I don't need to ted, so I'll only need to ted every other cutting if we continue to do this, which will be pretty nice. Now last time we didn't steal too much from the edge. I think we'll try and nip a little more this time. And we can actually turn that one on now. Get this one unfolded. Turn it on, but we won't lower it till we get a little closer here. About there. There we go. And away we go. Now, hopefully we don't have any power failures. I just realized I'm actually recording this on the same day of the week, about the same time of the day as last time when I had that power failure partway through. So hopefully we don't have a repeat of that. I don't know if we own that little piece. You know what, I'm just going to go straight across here. It'll be easier to try and make that corner. That little notch there, if we could mow that or not. No idea. But I guess we don't want to get too carried away because we want to make a comparison between the last cut and this one, and if we mow a bunch of extra grass, it really isn't going to be a very fair comparison. And I already have snuck a little bit more than I did last time. This new setup really is making pretty short work of this. So after this, I don't think we'll do another episode until we've got some harvesting to do, which actually means it'll be a pretty exciting episode because we'll have to have our harvester arranged. You know what? That actually might be something we could do this episode. I'll have to look at the crop calendar because I think we should be harvesting next month. And that would give us something else to do this episode and take the pressure off next month, so maybe we'll do that. Now what do we do here? Let's just cut in here. Missed a little spot there anyways, apparently. Oops, sorry about that. Alright, well you've probably seen more than enough of this, so I'll carry on with this and I will get it windrowed and baled, and I'll bring you back in and we'll see how many bales we got as compared to last time, so we'll catch up with you in a little bit. So there we go, the baling is done, and if I have counted correctly, we have 43 silage bales on the field. And last cutting we had 19 silage bales and 15 hay bales for a total of 34. Now the hay bales are a little bit larger than the silage bales, but we still came out ahead overall. So 25% of these bales, or 11, belong to Stephen. So we'll get those picked up and delivered here. And speaking of Stephen, last time I was there, as you may recall, I stopped and had a coffee with him and his wife, and found out that they used to own the farm that we purchased. Only when they owned it, it was a going concern, and of course we figured that from the silos that were there, but they wanted to expand and get into cattle, and they wanted to expand the arable operation as well, and it just wasn't possible in this area. So they ended up selling out, and they bought a farm south of town and expanded down there. But their kids are currently running that farm now. And they came back to this area to retire because they always liked it here. So that's what they're up to. But when they sold out, they kept some of the land back. They didn't sell all of the land, and they kept that as supplemental retirement income, I guess you'd say. So they're new to the area, but not new to the area, and explains why they know Neil so well, because they were close neighbors at one time. Now there's his bales. So now the rest of these we'll keep. And we'll keep that cycle up, I think. Whenever we do hay, we'll deliver all the hay bales, and then the next cutting we'll do all silage, and we'll keep the silage bales. That'll work pretty good for us. But I'll get these delivered, and then I think we're going to be right down near Ben's shop, so I think we'll go and talk harvesters with him, because harvest time is coming. So I'll meet you down at Ben's. Okay, so I delivered the bales to Stephen, and like I said, I stopped down here at Ben's to talk about harvesters. And let me tell you, my head is spinning, and I'm almost sorry I asked. Now, what I inquired about was this harvester right here, actually. Looked like it was the smallest one on the lot, and indeed it is. And it turns out that it is about the same size as that case one that we used on TFS's farm before he left. So we're going to take this one as a baseline for our discussions here, so I can hopefully explain all of this and it'll make some kind of sense to you. So this one would cost us about $250,000 with a header, not including a header trailer. All right, but Ben said no, he wouldn't recommend that. He suggested we go up a model line. He said we would probably outgrow this harvester fairly quickly, and why take the depreciation hit twice? All right, so that makes some sense. So then we come over here, and actually we'll run around back so we don't have to trip over that header. So how about this one? This is a model line higher now, and one would think that maybe this would be a candidate. Well, as it turns out, it is exactly the same specs as that one up there, only it's 50,000 more with the header. Well, I guess you do gain 500 liter capacity. So 50 grand more, 500 liter capacity, no horsepower increase. Well, okay, I agree. That's a no. So we come over to this one, which is a couple models up in the line, and now it has 50 more horsepower, okay, and 1,000 liters more capacity, and a capability of running a header that's larger. Okay, well, how much is this one? Well, it's 310. Well, at least we're getting 50 more horsepower and 1,000 liters for like 60 more grand. So that makes a little more sense, but still not what Ben would recommend. He got a brand new harvester in, a new model line. It's back here, and this is what he thinks we should have. Now, as it turns out, it's in that model line, but it actually falls in between the two we just looked at. Oh, good deal. That should work out pretty nicely. But it's more money yet. But because it's this Montana edition, it actually has 100 more horsepower than the one we first looked at. It has 1,000 more liters and is capable of running even a larger header, like almost a little over 9.5 meters basically. And he thinks this is what we should go for. But he didn't quite have the final pricing, but he thought that it would end up at about between 320 and 350. He wasn't quite sure because all the incentives and that haven't come down. So he thinks we should hold on until he gets all the pricing, and that we should seriously consider this one because it is unlikely that we would outgrow this harvester, and it's going to have some good deals on it. So I guess that's what we're going to do, but it'll turn out to be almost, could potentially end up being 100,000 more than the first one we looked at. But I guess on the plus side, like I said, it can run a header almost 3 meters wider, and that'll transfer to the corn too, because we need a corn header on that. So I guess we're going to hold pat, see what he can do on this guy. Well, we can jump in and have a look. It is pretty nice inside, I will say that, although it's no different than the other two. Like I said, just confusing. It falls in between those two over there in model line, but actually has 50 more horsepower than the biggest one there. Oh, so confusing. But look what else he has. Now this is used. So didn't even really inquire about it. I saw it when it came in, but it is in his used size, and I just asked if it was a used item, and he said it was. I didn't check on the pricing, But if we were going to spread slurry for Sims, that'd be nice. But I'm pretty sure we don't have the horsepower for that. But my head is done in for the day, so I'm going to head back home, and I'll wait to hear from Ben on that harvester and what the number is. So I think we'll actually end up with that 550 or the 660 out here. But it all depends on how sharp Ben can make his pencil. So I think we'll leave it there for today, and there for this episode. I will head home and maybe have myself an adult beverage and consider the implications of all this. So we'll call it an episode. So if you're still with me, I really appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. And if you want to know when other content like this lands, hit that old notification bell. But for this episode on Bloomfield, it's Farmer Murphy signing off.